4, 3, 2, 1.
Dave's not here, man.
Diabetes. Diabetes.
Don't worry, no one's here.
All week long.
Order in this here court. All rise. No? Jesus, you guys pay us no respect.
I'm telling you, who else is bringing you a courtroom with a wood-burning stove inches from the back of a wooden chair?
Is this happening like in Gettysburg or something? It's not real court. It's just like one of those things. Like, yeah, it's like a blacksmith place you go by and see. Hector's catching up on George Wagner. Is that the fourth? I can't read those things.
The I before the V.
I think it's still Super Bowl 1. No,
that's 4, right?
Brutal situation. 4. I don't keep up on enough to have any idea what you're talking about. Hector Shells, hello. SBD.
I mean, we're gone for a couple of days from court. You know, we're thinking everything's fine. Everything's fine. Dick Harris, how are you?
Welcome.
And then we come in and no one's here. I'm like, oh my God. It's an empty courtroom.
Oh, they're filling up. They're coming in as we go. The one door was broken today, you know, the sliding one. And
it's the old dirty. Nobody wanted to push on it.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, no, I love, the old, do you think they use it? Is it like a pellets or something?
It has to be. Why else would they keep it? I mean, I'd hate to have to sit right there during court. Like, I see your client sweating. Apparently he's guilty.
All right, what's worse, that courtroom and hi, who's handsome? That courtroom or the one that had the pole in the middle, kind of like this one though. Like if you look at the girls in the blue back there, are they not looking straight at that pole?
Massive pillar has to be, right? I mean, that's the worst seat in the house.
I didn't even ask. You feeling better?
Feeling fine. Tons of medication, lots of rest this weekend. Good to go.
Good day, Spike Donuts. Emily texted me, says she's about dead. Coughing wasn't too bad last night, but hello, Linda. But my thing in my throat's back again. Back again as of yesterday. So.
How do you say the judge's name, Creed?
Say, hey, Jay. What a great way to start a Monday.
Welcome back. I think Jay's just a returning member, but that means just as much as the first time through.
So are you shampooing your carpet? I'm not, you know what? It's too early Monday to start even. I'm not even going to.
Naughty girl.
We'll just leave it there. I like that. Listen, let's here. Pike County, Ohio trial started today. One family murdered 8. That's nice.
Wow.
Isn't that nice? By the way, Mikey was telling me something going on over at Simpson's court today that we don't know about.
Yeah, so there was a lot of people in there. It's crowded, and walked in. I was like, wow, it's a lot of people. Takes a lot to run that clock.
I like that. Herman got himself a criminal.
Oh, so we're the jailhouse folk. Bring them on.
Let's do it. I have no idea what's going on, but
he doesn't like the news, I don't think.
I believe so.
So on the 2 misdemeanors, which are
Terminator.
Which is
what are you doing, coke?
I think so.
This is for Mr. Reeton consumption.
Mr. Damn handy.
You got a situation, it's the same victim, allegedly.
Supposedly.
Allegedly. Oh, Viking.
She's allegedly assaulted on the first case.
Shame.
Goes to the hospital. Has to go to the hospital.
Okay.
In an ambulance.
Ambulance. You said it properly. Theater.
From the hospital.
Ambulance.
The second case, case 1762.
He's got a lot of cases.
Oh, well, that's fun.
Just come out of the hospital from allegedly being assaulted the day before and gets assaulted again.
Hey, bud. Oh, who's answering? I'm so sorry that I missed that. Here it is. And that was so sorry I missed those two.
I try to jump over the ones where they're saying hello to each other. I'm the same way, Creed.
I'm so sorry. Who's answering?
If it's dialogue to each other, I try to skip it as well.
Really?
You had to run into a gas station
This guy.
restroom to get away from.
You do know they can see your comments. They don't have to look
All
at the
right, so I'm
screen to
gonna
see what
put
you
on
said.
the follow.
Missed that one too. That one's
Case
kind of funny.
number
That one's good.
761.
Okay, so this
And
guy.
Bond at 2,000.
Welcome, Flushing. Here's another one.
National surety.
Think I'll make them pay for the ambulance.
And then case ending in 1762 the next day.
Oh, by the way, that reminds me, I saw a picture of Bishop who looks like he's about 75. Did you see that one?
You're done.
Just reading.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
I had to like open it up and say, is that him? Jesus Christ. Poor guy.
Children will age you, Creed.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, so 7.
Shirtless dad.
Judge Herman working at a breakneck pace today, everybody. Try to keep
slow
up.
today.
Try to keep up.
Little slow today. If it doesn't pick up, we'll move on. Hello, Being Nancy.
Oh, I hope not, because he's always good for something.
17,300 to get out.
19,300.
Those are the bonds. You see,
That's
I see. What's that?
that's without 10%.
Judge, that was not counting the other one with Judge Goggins.
No, I added that in.
So is he basically going through an extremely long list of?
Tons of charges. It was like he was
What's that?
counting up.
The Goggins, the Judge
List.
Goggins case is 10%. I just add them all together. That's what you need, is $17,300.
Oh, that's right.
I
Up
need
there.
17,000.
That's what he said.
Sir.
1,700 or 17,000, sir.
Okay. Can I have those, please? Just,
Ambulance.
he's not-
Is he like on a skateboard
I
falling
can't
off the
hear that
back?
good, Your Honor.
Yeah.
I understand. I'm going to speak up louder.
All right, and his internet sucks. We're moving on from Marble today over to District Court Judge.
That's right. Nothing but beards here, Creed. I know you are a big fan of beards, and well, we've got them in space.
Purchase form, so
Well,
we should
except
be
for
ready on
Chris
that in
Langley.
a second, and we'll
Attorney
be ready
Chris.
on Mr. Harris.
All right.
Do you think Attorney Chris was like a hot dude at one point?
Allegedly, and had a beard.
Wow.
Barrel.
Judge really putting a thinking on that one.
Hello, boss.
Yes, I'm Cal. Let
Oh,
me
definitely a lumberjack.
Weird. Cal is actually flirting with Andrew right now.
Cal works at a bar, and every single time that you ask for a drink, he does one of those like, because he has to get off of
And
his
Ms.
phone.
McClellan, I just sent them to you, so you can review them first.
Bald guys with really long beards look
Yep,
kind
I'm
of
looking
weird.
through it now, and I'll forward to the court clerk as soon as they're ready.
Both.
Yeah. These are my forms, so they won't be in the system. They'll probably have to be printed.
We're making jokes. Chris Langley is probably like a
What kind
multi-million.
of forms are they, Miss Langley?
They're
Good.
PDF signed in Adobe, and once that happens, then suddenly they're incompatible with the rest of the
Ah.
system. So magic.
sending you a message now on AOL chat. Attorney Chris, technology.
So
You imagine how
Mr.
much
Roberts.
money that Andrew spends in coffee?
Mr.
Oh,
Birch is
okay.
going to be a change of plea too.
Okay.
Coffee and brand name flannel. Judge is checking his Tinder account, making he's just see that he matched with Chris Langley. Not a good thing for the judge first thing here on Monday. Court burning up the screen today.
This is almost like watching Voyeur with nobody on it. We're killing it.
He's sucking on the Mondays.
Well, landlord tenant matters happening over at 3B, but he doesn't have anybody on.
For the people to say, you guys talk too much. There you go. This is why. Well, are these all domestic violence
I
cases?
thought I would find it quickly, Your Honor. Here's what I recall being told, that the system was, there was nothing regarding that name being my client's name in their system.
On it. Got
So
it. Okay.
in terms of the first line, you know, I mean, the Attorney General, as I understand it, has the right to either keep the case or reassign
Mark
it.
Grady?
First, something has to be opened. And what I recall being told, and I just can't find the right language,
He's not
is
sure.
that, yep, I'm told nothing was in the system.
Okay, fine.
But I was also told doesn't always come up, but that name is not anywhere in our system.
I would,
PV
So that's what I was told.
intern got a whole head of hair there, huh?
I would never, ever put my hands on Kelly unless she asked me to.
We're for sure that a request was made to the Attorney General.
I received an email on August 1st saying that this was sent out to the Attorney General.
On August 1st.
The Attorney General has 20 years of service.
Take this long. All right, here's what I'm going to do.
Even Sed's moving at a snail's pace. Jesus
I
Christ.
don't have a docket this day, but I have PEs. What time are? At 9. Okay. Then here's what I'm gonna do. My staff is gonna love this. September 9th, I'm gonna set this for September 19th, 1 week from today.
Mark's making a weird face.
At 9 a.m.
Has he got
I
chaw?
do not have a docket. I don't have a DV docket that day. But I don't think the system can hold these folks up, especially Miss Barney. Here's what I'm going to indicate.
What's your favorite James Woods movie?
Somebody needs to be here to argue it, or argue or state a position from the people's standpoint regarding
Looks just
any
like him.
bond condition. That's all. That's the only thing that I'm going to be dealing with, and then giving another potential pretrial date. From my perspective,
Good to see you.
a request from the Washtenaw County Prosecutor's Office is made and not acted on by the Attorney General and or not received by the Attorney General. The Attorney of Record is the Washtenaw County Prosecutor's Office.
All right, I'm bored with
So
Sed
if
already.
y'all
On to the next until we find a decent one. today.
A little bit of something different from Clayton County. It's courtroom 3. And they bring them in one at a time, Creed, unlike the giant room that we're used to seeing. For Clayton County.
Say your name again, sir.
Timothy Dwayne Riley.
Tammy.
Mr. Riley, you are charged with cruelty to children, I've said that, cruelty, aggravated cruelty to animals, that bond is set at 1,500, and you may not possess a dog while on bond.
Okay.
Son of a bitch. You see the look on his face when she said children? He was
You
like,
must not violate any
Yeah.
laws while out on bond. Your preliminary hearing date is scheduled for September 28th at 8:30 a.m. If you bond out, that preliminary hearing date is automatically waived.
Okay, was it a guy in a purple like turtleneck with a green Milwaukee Bucks mask? Is that what you're talking about?
you got my attention.
You do not qualify for
Oh,
a
bad case.
court-appointed attorney, so I cannot appoint one
She's
to
an
you.
interdimensional
good luck to
judge.
you.
Say what, ma'am?
I cannot, you do not qualify for a court-appointed attorney.
Okay.
All right, so good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
All
He's
right.
gonna bring the dog in, and the dog will testify that nothing happened. It was all consensual.
God bless you. That was a big sneeze. Sir.
That was a big one.
Hello, Chris.
Howdy, howdy. Rowdy, rowdy, bad, baddy. Ooh, what'd this guy do?
I don't know, but he just walked in awful tough looking.
Well, he's got to. He's very
All
smart.
right, Mr. Roden, you are charged with speeding. That bond is set at 500. DUI, that bond is set at 3,000. Improper lane change, that bond is set at 500. And I have dismissed the warrant for warrant number 2021 WA1414255, which is failure to signal while changing lanes. I have dismissed that charge. Your
This
total
judge ain't
bond
messing
will
around.
be $4,000. Do you
Whoa.
understand the charges against you?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Well, I'm gonna bond out today, so.
So you want to waive it?
I got some money.
That would make my court date like a September 27th, right?
Right.
No, I don't wait.
Okay, so I'm going to put you down, but once you bond out, this court date will automatically be waived. So you don't have to appear for it. Okay.
Since you dropped the
Thank
one.
you so much.
All right. Good luck to you.
That's
Yeah,
kind of Where you been, Dave?
ahoy, Skipper. Let's go over here. Kay said this guy that's coming up here was a good one, I guess. So we'll see here in a second. Going back an hour and a half.
What happened to her arm?
Oh, can't hear a word he's saying.
Yeah, he's got the moment. Get a mask off.
You were saying something. It was two of us, so I don't know who you were speaking with. I got off the elevator and you were already there.
All right, no, I can't.
Is that guy a biker? I mean,
I have no idea.
he had a turtleneck on, some neon gloves with no fingers, and a backpack on him.
All right, Mr. Smith. All right, Mr. Smith. You are charged with criminal trespass, damage to property, criminal trespass, and disorderly conduct. However, I'm not able to set bond at this time because you are currently on probation out of Paulding County. Your sentence date was June 24th, 2019. You were then sentenced to 10 years probation for the possession of drug with the intent to distribute. Do you understand the charges and why I can't set bond? Your preliminary hearing date is scheduled for September 27th at 8:30 a.m.
Mikey, look, stuttering John, if he were all normal.
County Council, is that correct? All righty. All right, good luck to you, sir.
We're just waiting for licking now at this point.
Yeah, we're almost at that point. Yeah.
Well, we are. We're so close. I mean, Sainsbury's not there yet, but there's Sue.
Sue!
Good afternoon, Sue.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing all right. Have to admit it, duck's a little bit better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Any changes to it?
No, sir, no changes.
All right. First up this morning or this afternoon is going to be Joseph Northrup.
Short one today, I think.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good afternoon, Mr. Northrup. You understand your rights today?
Yes, sir.
And did you get a copy of the motion for oral hearing?
Yes, sir.
Did you read it and
Motion for
understand
oral.
what it is they're claiming you did or failed to do to violate the probation term?
Yes, sir.
Looks like they're alleging not completing your DIP program. The other is failing to obey all federal, state, and local laws. The allegation is that you were under a legal disability from being in possession of a firearm, and they claim that you were found in possession of 2 of them. So those are the allegations. Now, your case was handled by Judge George, so you're either going to admit or deny today, but no matter what you do, all I'm going to do is set a bond for you, and you have to go see him to get it finished up. If you admit, then when you go see him, he'll decide what the punishment should be for violating probation. If you deny, that's like pleading not guilty. They'll have to prove it by a preponderance of the evidence. So either way, you have the right to be represented by counsel, and you're eligible to ask the court to appoint an attorney to represent you, which we would do if you qualified at no cost. So that being said, do you want to admit or do you want to deny?
I'm going to deny, Your Honor.
What is your current address?
Good move.
497 Sirocco Avenue, Newark, Ohio, 43055.
Sirocco, they make liquor, right?
Over almost a year and a half, sir.
All right. And what's going on the work front these days?
Not much.
Oh, it's still doing flooring, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Let me take a quick look here at the memorandum to the bench that we're going to talk about your bond, all right?
Okay.
Remember that guy that was in trouble earlier with the dog thing?
Yes.
Just found out it was for dog fighting.
Nice breasts.
Thank you.
All right, let's take a look here.
Pecs, Creed, Pecs. This dog did not miss chest day, not once.
Yeah, I was hoping for a better job.
Flooring.
Well, we got a second while Stansbury goes through his paperwork. Saw a news story out of the area that I grew up in about a rumor about a school district thinking about putting in litter boxes for all the furries and kids that identify as animals. And so I immediately dismissed it, thinking that this is all bullshit, just a stupid story, and you know what I mean, a fake, like Onion story. Come to find out, it was a real discussion at the school.
I know you're being held in lieu of bond on the felony too, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
That's the day
You
all
don't
the
have to
janitors
talk
quit.
about bond if you don't want to, and it's probably not wise to talk about what led to the motion being filed. But is there anything else you want to say about bond?
Yes, Your Honor. I just would greatly appreciate it if you could consider releasing me on my own recognizance due to I have to pay that other bond as well. And I'm just trying to get home to my wife and 5 kids where I'm the sole provider.
5.
And this has been a really tragic experience for me
Sole
and my
provider.
whole family as well.
Stay off of that lady. Good gracious.
Okay. There is an email that I need to look at from a
It's from your wife, and she said, keep that son of a bitch.
Hold on one second.
I need the break. So we got that. What is that? Is that a stopwatch on his neck?
Yeah, that story, they legit had a meeting about it at the school.
I'm guessing they passed them that. They'll just let them go out in the yard.
Right. Just let them out.
Or let them out.
Go out and dig a hole like a normal cat will do if they don't have a cat litter box.
Yeah, let them out.
Yeah, never ask for one. You're probably going to get one.
Yeah, he's got an email though. This is interesting. We were about to roll, but an unknown email has erupted from the courthouse. Did they move that screen off of that bench?
Or accidentally, maybe.
Okay.
A screen off the bench.
Over there where the witness sits?
I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to follow the recommendation of the probation department. I'm going to set your bond at $5,000 cash or surety. No consumption of alcohol or drugs. If you are able to post your bonds and get released, you have to report immediately to the probation department over here at the municipal building.
Damn bad boy.
This will get sent back over to Judge George's office. They'll set it fairly quickly. If you're going to be going for court-appointed counsel, make sure you get that application form down at the jail, fill it out. If you're unable to post your bonds, they'll send it in here for you. If you are, it's your job to get it turned in. But either way, I understand, and I reviewed the correspondence from your family members as well as the memorandum to the bench. I recognize that this does work a hardship on you and your family. But unfortunately, under these circumstances, I can't justify doing an OR bond. So that being said, Judge George can always reduce it, and you can always petition the Judge of the Common Pleas Court to consider reducing your bond over there as well. So do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Northup, you may go with the officer. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
So it was a email from the wife.
Guess so.
Okay. Next we have Ginny Spurgeon.
I mean, 5K bond is pretty much
Good
murder
afternoon. Are you Miss Spurgeon?
for licking.
Yes,
Miss Spurgeon, you understand your rights in court today.
yes,
Did you receive a motion for oral hearing? You're here pursuant to a motion to revoke your probation. Did you get a copy of that motion?
yes,
Did you review it and understand what it is they claim you did or failed to do to violate your probation terms?
yes.
All right. Looks like they're claiming you have a new violation of law, felony charge, and not acting appropriately while on probation. Let's see if there's a memorandum. There is.
Please be. Read
So
it.
here's the thing. You have two options here. You can either admit or deny. Admit's like pleading guilty. You admit that you violated your probation, and at least one, if not both of those means, in which case you go back, you see Judge George, he decides what the consequences should be for that. If you deny, it's like pleading not guilty, in which case I'll set a bond for you. You can still go see Judge George, but this time you'll have a hearing. They have to prove the violation by a preponderance of the evidence. You have a right to be represented by counsel. You're eligible to ask the court to appoint an attorney to represent.
There's a lot of
you.
commotion back there with
Qualified,
some
we
of
would do
it.
that.
So.
But no matter what you do here today, all I'm going to do is set a bond and send it to Judge George because he's the judge who sent you. Understand?
Yeah, so you're saying I can either plead guilty to what they're saying here?
Yeah, and based upon the fact that they're referencing this new felony charge that you've got, an admission could possibly be used against you in that case. So do you want to do a denial here?
Yes.
What's the new charge, Judge? Let's hear it.
So I need to say not guilty today.
No, you just said
Yeah, you
I want to
didn't-
do a denial, and that's sufficient.
He didn't really say, but he said that she
All right,
was
what is your current address?
misbehaving on
1011
probation.
Irvingwick Drive,
be
West,
She's like she could be mean.
City and state?
Heath, Ohio.
Yeah, she
All
looks
right. And how long have you lived there?
mean.
Year and 1 month, I think.
And are you employed?
I was.
Let me take a quick look here at the memorandum to the bench, and then we're going to address your bond, okay?
I
Okay.
was.
Well, today doesn't seem like an easy day to get out.
No.
Are you talking about the there has been no, I haven't seen a camera shot of just the chair. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, there used to be like a monitor right there. And there's no monitor. It's just a chair now. Because I remember seeing the back of the monitor and stuff.
It's funny. It just keeps flipping between the two. Nobody in the pews today either.
No, an empty courtroom.
Damn.
I'm
Yeah,
busy.
I was waiting for her to say, well, I was going to start work today, Your Honor.
I had one until you come and rip my life apart.
Nancy.
Hey.
Yeah, that's what I mean, I was thinking that too. But that's what he said. Is so I think that's exactly how he said it. So he's misbehaving a little bit. No, is Meatloaf dead?
No.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, you don't have to say anything about bond if you don't want to, but is there anything you do want to say?
Sad day.
No, thank you.
Smart move.
You said you were employed up until recently. Where were you working?
I worked for Jason Michaelis with Big Insurance Group. And I also was self-employed, residential and commercial painting and cleaning.
And who do you live with over on Irvingwick?
Myself and my dog.
Self-made woman.
Who's feeding your dog while you're in the clink?
That first guy from that other courtroom. He's going over there after he gets out and feeds him.
But he is.
Now, you've been in jail for not inconsiderate amount of time. So, I mean, it's been, 6 and 12, about 18 days. Did you make arrangements for somebody to care for your dog?
Tentatively, my son's been watching him, and so has my business partner, but that's not a long-term situation
I
because
just
my
wanted to
son
make
works.
sure that your dog wasn't by itself at your house with no food or
Oh,
water.
no. No, he's not.
Okay.
I take dogs seriously in Licking County. In case you
That
didn't
was
know.
about to be another charge.
All right. Now, I know that you're currently sitting in there on a $200,000 bond on that felony charge. I'm going to set your bond at $50,000 cash or surety only on this one. If you're able to post your bonds and be released, you are required to report to the probation department. If you're not, then that's fine. You're eligible to ask for court-appointed counsel. Do you have a lawyer on your felony?
I do.
And who is that?
Chris Burkett.
All right. Well, she's on the court-appointed list for both judges here on our court. So if you elect to ask for court-appointed counsel, you can get the form down there at the jail. And if you're not going anywhere because of those bonds,
What did
then
she
it's sitting
do?
here for you. But I wouldn't dilly because they'll send it pretty quick over in Judge George's office. Any
Did anybody
questions?
catch your
I had
name?
already submitted it and they gave me a different attorney.
Oh, okay. Did you put Ms. Burkett's name down on there?
No, I didn't know I was supposed to.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not that you're supposed to or you're not supposed to. It's just that, and I don't know whether Judge George honors
He never
requests for
said.
specific attorneys. That's entirely up to him. But either way, obviously, your attorney on this.
Can somebody back that up to when she comes on and grab that
coordinating
name so we can
Any other
search it and
questions?
see?
You'll have to back ours up. Can't back theirs.
Yeah, ours up, not this. I can't rewind it.
Can't even pause it. I don't believe.
All right. Next, we have Matthew Barry.
Nah, yeah, they didn't. He didn't say. He made kind of a joke about her
Good afternoon,
misbehaving.
sir. You, Mr. Barry?
Yes, sir.
But we should be able to search her name and find out.
Yes.
All right. You're not going to take a trip back in time to last summer. And I don't mean the summer of 22. I mean the summer of 21.
I don't mean that time we
The,
sat around playing
Jackson
Dungeons
Police
and Dragons
Department
together.
alleges that on or about June the 18th of last year at approximately 8:12 p.m., you were operating a blue 2012 Dodge on South Main Street within the city of Patasklen in Licking County, Ohio, while under the influence of alcohol and or drug of abuse. It's further alleged that you were under the influence operating the vehicle and that you refused to submit to a chemical test when requested, and you previously been convicted of OVI within 20 years before that. You've also been, it's alleged that you were operating that vehicle while under a 12-point suspension, although that's been amended to a failure to reinstate. That's an unclassified misdemeanor. And then on you got a driving in marked lanes violation. That's a minor misdemeanor, $150 fine max. So you understand those are the charges that have been filed against you?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Berry, how do you wish to plead today?
Not guilty.
And what is your current address?
210 Cedar Street, lot 44, Pataskala, Ohio, 43062.
All right. So you got cited back in June of last year. You were ordered to appear on June the 23rd. You requested a continuance, which was granted, and you were ordered to appear on the 21st of July. At that point, you failed to appear, and the warrant's been extant since July the 22nd. So in these circumstances, I always just assume either A, you were incarcerated somewhere, or B, you just didn't have any contact with the police for them to realize that you had a warrant. So which one is it in your situation?
I didn't even realize it. I lost a family member recently after that, and dealing with that, I just didn't remember about it.
Now, Mr. Berry, who do you live with there on Cedar Street?
Just my son,
Is this
How old is
Matthew
your son?
Berry?
10.
And are you employed?
Yes, sir.
Where do you work?
Ethan Brad.
Twin Oaks Landscaping. I'm the co-owner.
Okay. And how long have you been in business?
7 years.
Is that his belly button or is that a?
That's his pants, bud.
OVI misdemeanor, marked lanes of continuous lines of traffic, driving while under the influence of alcohol or drugs, and driving under suspension. It says 1500, 1500, 1500, 1500. I'm looking through for this lady that was just up here.
All right, Mr. Berry. Where were you when you came into contact with the police this time? Looks like they came to your property.
Yes.
And were they called there, or were they just saying, "Hey, this guy's got a warrant. Let's go see if he's home"?
I guess they just came to see if I was home. Nobody was called for anything.
Okay, so they weren't responding to any sort of problem at your place.
No, sir.
All right. Your son, the 10-year-old, he lives with you full time.
Yes, sir.
And, does he go to Southwest
No.
schools?
Because this is the loudest one that there is.
10 years old. What's that put him in? Third
So
grade?
go watch it yourself. I don't know what to tell you, Lisa.
All right. Well, Mr. Berry, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to release you on your own recognizance today. And we're going to get this case assigned to a judge and set for a trial. You will receive notice by mail.
Thank you,
of your
Flusha.
court date, so make sure your address is complete and correct, including your lot number on the bond that you signed. Furthermore, you have the right to hire private counsel if you like. You can apply for court-appointed counsel if you like. But you're getting
private attorney.
that's fine. You don't even have to get one, but if you decide you want to, deal with that well before the next time you put the case in. Understand?
Okay. Yes,
Very
sir.
well. So, any other questions?
No, sir.
And if you had insurance on the Dodge, make sure you bring that with you the next time you appear in court.
Yes.
He didn't ask him who was watching the kid while he was gone.
Thank you.
Brian Bowman.
Brian Pillman?
Oh,
Good afternoon, sir. Mr. Bowman.
I hope that Tiffany
Yes, sir.
Black
Mr. Bowman, you
comes
received
up.
rights in court today.
Yes, sir.
Did you receive a copy of the 2 complaints that were filed against you?
Yes, sir.
Did you get a chance to read them, understand what charges have been filed?
I understand the charges that have been filed. I don't agree with them, but
Criminal trespass
Then I'm gonna
and disorderly
make a
conduct.
prediction and say you're going to plead not guilty.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, I believe.
We don't need to get into what happened. Today's just for the purpose of giving you the
Yes, sir.
opportunity to either admit to the complaints or to plead not guilty. You've indicated you want to plead not guilty. What is your current address?
650. Well, I've got mail going to 165 Abandon Avenue. That's my aunt's house.
I'm not
She
sure.
allows you to have
When we
mail
get done,
there?
I want to show you
Yes, yes, sir.
Just for the record, city and state.
her lengthy charges.
Oh, Newark, Ohio.
Is there an apartment number or anything?
No, sir. It's a house.
All right. Are you employed?
I was doing some work with a couple different people, just kind of day labor stuff. But I was thinking about going into Randstand, and I was actually considering going to the shelter, St. Vincent's. I was thinking about going there because I thought it was going to give me maybe a better opportunity to move in a better direction in my life.
There's 100 fucking people here, Lisa. You're the only one with an issue at the moment. So I don't know what to tell you. Everybody's volume's different. It's different where you listen to it on too. Go over to Facebook and listen to it. It's completely different. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay.
I'm not going to adjust my volume for one person.
Housing is definitely should definitely be a priority.
Yes, sir. I'm also going to go down and see Mound Builders or BHP. Get talking with them about just like I got a little anxiety right now. I mean, and no reason, just having to talk, and there's other people around.
By the way, his is
You're going to be released on your own recognizance on 2 conditions: no consumption of alcohol or drugs.
250 and
return
250
to
for his two,
Speedway
so it's only 500
locations,
bond
okay?
anyways.
Yes, sir.
Let's see here. And we're going to get this assigned and set for a trial. Until and unless an attorney gets involved on your behalf, all notices are going to go to you. By the way, that trespass is an M4. It's up to 30 days, $250 fine. Disorderly, they filed it out as an M4 as well, so same penalties. You can get an application for court-appointed counsel there at the jail, but I believe you're getting out. You're not being held on anything else, are you?
No.
Yeah. No, I don't see that you are. So you should be released. Just don't wait until the day of trial to deal with getting an attorney if you want to get one. If you don't want to get one, you don't have to, but don't wait until the day of trial.
I just filled out my paperwork for that.
All right. Well, make sure you take that with you when you're released from the jail, because they won't send it down there for you since you're getting out.
All right. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Bowman, you may go with the officer. Thank you.
No, Shelson, are you going to leave if I don't?
Robert Campbell.
What are you doing using your big school words? Just use normal people words and I'll understand what you're talking about.
Lisa, that's a shocker that you're in Facebook jail. I'm so surprised.
Good afternoon.
Sons of bitches.
Uh-oh. Miss what?
Are you Miss Caldwell?
Eunice.
All right, you can go ahead and take your mask off.
Oh, domestic violence.
Miss Caldwell, do you understand your rights in court today? Yes, sir. And did you receive a copy of the complaint that was filed against you?
She seems like a nice lady.
Did you read it, and do you understand that you've been charged with a single count of domestic violence?
Yes, sir.
That is a misdemeanor of the first degree, carries up to a 180-day jail term, as well as a fine of up to $1,000.
Okay,
How do you
I'm
wish
going
to
to
plead?
stop court so that we can explain this. The problem is that the judge's volume is this low and they are this high. There is nothing we can do about it. It's the same way. It's the exact same way as when we go over to 3B. And the judge is down here and everything else is up here. There's nothing that we can do about that. I don't have a feed from them for their channels so that I can adjust them. It's impossible to do that. So
What'd you say? I
don't
couldn't hear you.
Do you not want to watch Licking then, as if this is such a problem for Lisa and Chris? I don't know what to tell you guys. That is how their volume is. If you go and watch it right now, it's exactly the same. And their volume is so bad and so loud, this person speaking here, that it clips the judge's mic and brings him down. I don't know what to tell you guys. If it's that bad, we can just shut it off. I don't know what to tell you, to be completely honest with you. I'm not being a dick. I'm just saying it. And I went through this with the slot thing the other night too.
I hear it just fine.
So I don't know what to tell you. And it is true, we're making jokes with Lisa, but it is different everywhere that you listen to it at. Completely different. As far as what the end product is. And again, it's either you guys don't hear the judge or the people speaking here are very, very low. That's the only way around it. Until we get hooked up with a private feed with their different channels so that I can mix them in for you properly. Nothing more that we can do. And we can hear Sue
Trevor
better than
David's
anybody.
son?
In another room.
He's my son.
Okay, so, yeah, okay, got it.
Okay.
I could try it for you, Fletcher. Is that ain't better for me anyways? Lisa?
Why do we have to have Lisa's on Mondays? No, she's going to have a bond.
All right, well, Miss Caldwell, here's what I'm going to do. You have absolutely no prior criminal history, and in reviewing the file and the police reports, I do find that a recognizance bond is appropriate. That'll be conditioned on you not having any violent contact with David Caldwell. So I'm not saying you can't have any, but if it gets out of control, cops get called, even if no charges are filed, your bond could get revoked. You could be stuck at the jail until such case as the time as the case will resolve. Now, the case itself will be randomly assigned to a judge and set for a trial. You're going to get noticed by mail.
Again, isn't that the point of the?
Including your directional modifier. You have.
Oh my God! I'm going to smoke.
You're eligible to apply for court-appointed counsel if you want to. They have the form at the jail, but they're not going to send it in for you since you're being released. If you want to get a lawyer, don't wait until the day that the trial is scheduled to begin to do that. Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Very well. You may go with the officer. Thank you.
What did I do? For God's sake, what did I do?
All right, now we have Robert Campbell.
I'm not gonna. There's nothing I can do. I'm not gonna acknowledge anything. How's
Good
everybody
afternoon,
doing?
sir. You Mr. Campbell?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Campbell, do you understand your rights in court today?
Yes, sir.
Did you receive a copy of the? Looks like we have. Let's see, just one one complaint. Did you get a copy of that?
Yes, sir.
Did you read it and understand you've been charged with domestic violence?
Yes, sir.
That is a misdemeanor of the first degree, carries up to 180 days jail, up to $1,000 fine. How do you wish to plead?
Not guilty.
What is your current address?
160 South William Street, Utica, Ohio, 43080.
It's 160 South William Street.
Yes, sir.
Are you employed, Mr. Campbell?
Yes, sir.
Where do you work?
Yes, I am. Transcendia.
And what do they do?
Make film at the old Dow factory out in Hebron.
Oh, I think I saw it. All right. How long you been there?
Almost a year, sir.
All right. I have a few pieces of correspondence here that I need to go through, as well as the police report. So bear with me while I review this material. Then we're going to address your bond. All right.
Good to see you, Matt. Tuco Taco. Look, everything's fine. Look, it happens. You can't hear us. You can't hear us. Move on. Or if you can't hear the court loud enough, move on. Nothing we can do. It's like one line coming in, one line going out. We can lower ourselves. At the same time, then we might as well just put up the courtroom. I can't control the sound, how loud that noise is in the background right now, by the way. Good to see you, Donna. I can barely hear in the first place, so I'm a horrible judge at hearing how things sound. Sage advice. You gotta look at him. I don't know. I don't think I trust this guy to babysit my kid. It looks like a Clipper prank for sure. Are they running a swap meet in the background right now? Because it's very loud today. What's up, Blue Phantom? It's each their own.
Gone through the correspondence. I'm just going to take a look at the police narrative. So bear with me, Mr. Campbell.
Chair's getting rowdy today. By the way, if you haven't already, like or dislike the video. I don't care, whichever one you're really feeling today. Ah, there you go. Thank you. Dick Harris. Oh, I'm not going anywhere. What is Sue doing back there? You hear how that her mic back there keeps getting louder and louder and louder?
Sprite's clear now. Did you notice that? A clear bottle?
Yeah. The bottle is going to start being clear. It saves money. Creed.
Yeah, we talked about it quite a while ago. Anyways, I went back on my device. Yep, sounds good to me.
I think it's because Lisa was new here and didn't understand what was going on. She's been spoiled by other high quality streams.
Yeah, you're going to get that here.
We can't even get the lighting right. Look how bright I am and how dark Creed is.
I like it that way.
All right, I just need to take a quick look at your.
We worked in a very
record.
dark
There's
studio at
one,
Rock
and then we're
105.
gonna Address your bonds, so bear with me just a little bit longer.
He has really just been sitting here trying to read through all this stuff. I don't know exactly what we're going to do with this dude, but it's not
What's
good.
the dude's name? Do you know?
I don't.
I'm going to start pulling up this docket, though, because it's got a plethora
You were
of
in the Army?
information.
Yes, sir.
What years were you in the Army?
9802.
And were you honorably discharged?
Yes, sir.
And what was your MLS?
11 Mike Infantry.
Were you deployed overseas?
I was in Bosnia for a year.
Bosnia? Okay. But you weren't deployed in the War on Terror?
No, sir. I missed out on both those. I went in 98, which was after the Gulf, and got in 02 before the war in Afghanistan.
Did you fight in the war on terror? That sounds scary as hell. I need everyone that can hear just fine right now to send $5, and everyone who can't hear send $20.
That's right.
Now. Glorious pictures.
By the way, Chris, I saw your comment about a cul-de-sac
All right, here's what
haircut.
we're going to do, Mr. Campbell. I will release you on your own recognizance on two conditions.
He's getting an OR one.
Have any violent contact with Heather Campbell. And number two, you're not to be in possession of any weapons or firearms. Now, a violation of either of those bond terms could result in a revocation of your bond, which means you'd be stuck at the jail until such time as your case were resolved. So it's important that you comply with those. The case will be randomly assigned to a judge and set for a trial. Until and unless an attorney gets involved on your behalf, we will be sending notices of those court dates to you through the mail. So make sure your address is correct on your bond.
We haven't seen anything quite
You
that
can hire
crazy
private
yet.
counsel if you like. You're eligible to ask the court to appoint an attorney to
Yeah.
represent you, and the form is available to you at the jail. But since you're getting out, and I don't believe you're
We've
being
seen
held on
people
anything
kick
else,
over chairs and
verify that.
scream and yell from
You are not. So you should be released, which means the jail will not send that in for you. It'll be your responsibility. If you're going to go for a lawyer in either of those ways, deal with it well before the next court date. You have any questions?
No, sir.
Very well. You may go with the officer. Thank you. Gregory Koss.
Gregory.
Good afternoon. Are you Mr. Koss?
Yes, sir.
I hope so.
Mr. Koss, did you understand your rights in court today?
Yes, sir.
Did you receive a copy of the complaint?
Yes, sir.
Did you read it? Do you understand what it is you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
You've been charged with public indecency, a misdemeanor of the 4th degree. Carries up to 30 days in jail, up to a $250 fine. How do you wish to plead?
Guilty.
Now, before I can accept your guilty plea, I'm required to ask you a number of questions. The first of which is, do you understand that you have the right to be represented by an attorney? And if you couldn't afford one and qualified, we'd give you
$2,000.
Yes, sir.
And is it your intention to give up your right to an attorney today?
Yes, sir.
All right. You're presumed to be innocent of the charge. It's the state's burden to prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You don't have to prove anything. Are you aware of that?
Yes, sir.
And do you realize that
Is this better, Lisa?
you're a jury in this case?
Yes, sir.
At the trial, you could exercise your right to both
Where's
cross
the toilet?
accusers after they finish testifying against you, as well as a right to compel or require your own witnesses to attend, and could enforce that through the court subpoena power.
I want to make sure that you can hear me say "fuck off,"
You have a
Lisa.
right to present evidence in the defense and call witnesses on your behalf.
Yes, sir.
And do you understand that you have a right not to testify, that nobody could force you to, and if you didn't, it wouldn't be held against you in any way?
Yes, sir.
Now, plead guilty is a complete admission of guilt. By tendering that plea, you admit to committing this offense. That means the state doesn't have to prove anything in order for me to find you guilty. Do you realize that?
This is the reason why
Are you
this
aware
is
that by
going to be
pleading
cut
guilty,
at
you waive
1
those
hour.
rights that we just discussed?
Yes, sir.
If I accept your plea and enter a conviction here today, I'm
Thank
going to
her.
impose sentence upon you. As I said, the maximum here is up to 30 days jail, up to a $250 fine. Have you been threatened in any way or promised anything to get you to do what you're doing?
No, sir.
Are you under the influence of anything right now?
No, sir.
And are you a citizen of the United States of America?
Yes, sir.
Did you serve in the Army?
All of your plea and waivers have been knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily made. I'm going to go ahead and take a quick look at the file, and then I'll give you an opportunity to make a statement about the events of early this morning, or yesterday afternoon, I guess. I'm not sure when they're saying it.
Nothing, just a fun
Sometime
Monday,
within the
our
past
guy.
24 to 40
Hey, our
hours.
guy.
Anyway, let me take a quick look here, and then I'll give you a chance to make a statement if you like before I decide what to do.
Thank you.
I still can't find that girl though.
Maybe
All
they're
the way
saving
to
it for
D's.
last. Maybe she's last. They're like, she's the winner. Keep her for last. We'll keep people here.
Wanted to tell everybody about We Got a Chase, but I don't want Lisa to hear it and have her come back for it. So we'll do it in code. Mini Chase Monday
All right. You're
at
currently
8 o'clock
unhoused,
tonight.
Yes, sir.
But where are you from originally?
From here in Newark.
Okay. And how long have you been struggling with housing?
Well, I just went to a rehab center in Lancaster, got out of there, came back here for a doctor's appointment, and so it's been like 2 weeks.
All right. Were you down at CTC?
I'm sorry.
Were you down at the CTC in Lancaster?
No, I was at the refuge.
Okay. And how long was that program?
30 days.
Are you on probation out of another court?
No, sir.
You voluntarily checked yourself in?
Yes, sir.
All right. Anything you want to say about what happened?
No, sir. I just
Apparently
called.
Creed was really loud. There was
Don't
probably
listen.
Lisa came in.
The bathroom where I shouldn't
Oh,
have.
He was talking to him.
Well,
Never mind.
According to the police narrative, you said to him, it was tough being homeless and you needed a place to sleep. I interpret that to mean that you intentionally got yourself arrested so you could have a place to stay the night.
Well, at that point in time, I wasn't thinking straight.
Well, I guess what I'm getting at is that there's a much less extreme way to get arrested than to completely disrobe and stand on somebody's porch, right?
Definitely.
That's well done, Mr. Miller.
Mikey knows how to push up his volume on his board.
I feel like
I don't control Mikey's volume.
Yes, I feel like
No,
I'm
according to this all went down
Jesus
yesterday
Christ.
afternoon.
Is this over yet?
Yes, sir.
So you've been in jail for last 24 hours or so?
Yes, sir.
Phone.
All right.
Hello?
Well, there's certainly no allegation that you were engaged in any type of
I don't control Creed's volume. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we have
sexual
no
activity,
control.
just that you weren't wearing any clothes.
Yes, sir.
You don't have any prior record for anything even close to this. In fact, you don't have any prior record at all as far as criminal.
He's never been caught out on his porch naked until today.
You know, there are some resources in the community that you may or may not be aware of. You can talk to the social workers about down at the jail about that. There's a homeless outreach program that is out all the time. You have options, but doing what you did yesterday afternoon is not one of them. Understand?
Definitely. I apologize, sir.
All right, Mr. Klaus, I'm going to impose a fine of $150 in the court costs and 1 day in jail. I'll give you credit for time served and suspend $100 of the fine. You have any questions?
Wow.
Thank you.
You may go with the officer. Thank you.
50 bone fine, man. He gets to walk.
Michaela Marshall.
That's a pretty shitty charge. I mean,
Man, Stansberry's like,
Good afternoon. Are you Miss Marshall?
Yes, I am.
And Miss Marshall, you have human rights in court today.
Yes, sir.
Did you receive a copy of the complaint?
I did.
Did you read it and understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
You're being charged with 1 count of domestic violence. It's a misdemeanor of the first degree. The maximum penalty there is up to 180 days jail, up to a $1,000 fine. How do you wish to plead?
I'm not guilty, sir.
What is your current address?
92 Anderson Avenue, Utica, Ohio,
What's your zip code up there?
43080.
And do you have a PO box?
I do not.
So the mail comes straight to the house.
Anthony Ray Marshall is in on a probation violation. I wonder if it's any.
And are you employed?
Any
Currently, no. I actually have a broken leg.
Oh, she's got a warrant.
Have you worked in the past?
Oh, she's got a broken leg.
I was in STNA at Country Court. It's been a while though. I am currently on probation in Knox County, Ohio.
And what were you convicted of up in Knox County?
Felony charges. It was over a year ago though. I did my time for that, and I've been in contact with my PO, or at least my family has.
It says that she has a warrant and
she
awaiting
knows about
pickup.
this as
Holder warrant awaiting pickup.
You actually go to
MDV.
Marysville, or you just get straight paper?
I was in the Knox County jail for 2 months, and then I went to West Central.
So you went to a CBCF?
Yes.
All right. All
And I
right, let me
have
take
been
a
out
quick look
since.
here at the file, and then we're going to talk about your bond in a minute, okay?
Do people typically just quit working when they have a broken leg? I mean, is that a thing?
Apparently. It's true. It is kind of a spoiler because he's going to catch it here in a second, I would imagine. Yeah, it doesn't have a whole lot of info, but it just says holder warrant in the DV with the misdemeanor. And there's Anthony Ray Marshall. But he was booked. Nah, that's not him. He was booked in a couple of weeks ago.
Your Honor, my leg is broken. I cannot work, but I can definitely still kick ass. Trying to finish this beautiful piece of artwork.
Oh my God, Spin City was such a great show, and it was so weird. Oh God, what was his name? Who shows up on Law and Order all the time? Is his name Richard? Anyways, I used to watch Spin. I love Spin City.
Hi, Rich. This is your dad.
Hey, Bob. Can you explain this? That's a broken foot, obviously.
Broken
Giant
leg, bro. But
leg.
she's still able to kick ass. This guy's putting his nose where it didn't belong, and he's getting the old 5-knuckle shuffle across his face.
She has an axe hand on one side. Not sure what's wrong with her hand.
It's pronounced ask. Creed, while he's deciding that, I just wanted to show you real fast this.
I'm going to
now,
set this
probably know
over
why-
to next
what may or may
Monday
not
at
have happened there
10:30.
on
And Ms.
the,
Anderson, if you make contact with court
You
administration,
right there at the bottom.
I'm sure they will be able to
Uh,
email you a copy of the
that's blood
case
spatter,
management
right?
policy.
It's also
And then
Moon.
the local.
Moon.
I am just ready to be transferred to Knox County. I know my PO said she is revocating me.
Better food.
She has been in contact with my family, although my family did say that I could come home, which I know is probably not going to happen here today, but I understand everything that is happening, and that's really all I have to say about it.
Mic drop.
Yeah. That's all about
Yeah,
it.
you do have a holder on you, at least according to the jail roster, but that means if I OR you, they're going to whisk you off to Knox County, which can't have happened just yet. We need to address this case. So I'm going to set your bond at $5,000, cash surety or 10%, no contact with Cadence Wheeler, and no consumption of alcohol and/or drugs. We'll get this thing assigned to a judge very quickly, set for trial very quickly, because every day you sit in there is worth 3 towards your speedy trial time. So you have to be brought to trial within 30 days at this point. Now,
Okay.
you're eligible to ask for court-appointed counsel. I think they do court-appointed up in, no, Knox has a public defender, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, well, we don't have that. We do court-appointed. You can get an application form there at the jail. I strongly recommend that you get that filled out. And
Thank you.
if you're unable to post your bond or you're not released, that means they'll send it down here for you. The sooner you have an attorney, the sooner you can resolve this matter so you can go deal with the more serious charges up in Mount Vernon. So do you have any questions today?
No, sir.
Very well. You may go with the officer. Thank you, Ms. Marshall.
See, we figured it out. It's not
Daniel
that
Parrish.
microphone's too loud. Creed is a big mouth.
Good afternoon, sir. Are you Mr. Parrish?
Yeah, Lisa, whatever.
Mr. Parrish.
Whatever, Lisa.
Yes, sir.
Did you get a copy of the
Fuck
complaint filed
you.
against you?
Yes, I did.
Did you read those? Do you understand what it is you've been charged with?
Yes, Your Honor.
Looks like you got one theft and a couple of criminal trespasses. Each of the trespasses is an M4, up to 30 days, $250 fine. The theft is a more serious charge. It is a first-degree misdemeanor, up to 180 days, up to a $1,000 fine. How do you want to plead?
Not guilty.
What's your current address?
218 Hudson, Newark, Ohio,
Is his head pointy?
43055.
Sorry,
Now, do you actually live there, or do you just use that as a mailing address?
No, I live there.
Are you employed?
Yes, at Texas Roadhouse.
And what do you do there?
Yeah.
I do dishes.
Okay. How long you been over there?
Almost a year now.
They let me make
How
the
many hours a
roll.
week do they have you working?
I work Monday through Friday. Actually, I've been here since Friday. I have the weekends off. I need to be supposed to be at work at 5
The
o'clock.
busiest time of the week you have off.
Yeah, I know. I
But
was
I
just
work
thinking that.
about
Real important guy
about 30
around
hours
there.
a week, 35 hours a week.
Okay. Let me take a quick look here at the file.
I think that's like a dildo. That is. I hope you're not a.
Iowa golfer Lisa got a brand new bag.
I love it.
Where were you when they arrested you over the weekend?
I got arrested Friday on the way home from work. My brother works at Texas Roadhouse with me.
Oh,
And we was
family
driving.
business.
When we was driving home, we got pulled over. I had no idea about this warrant.
Well, yeah, they requested that a warrant be, the charges weren't filed until September the 8th, although the offense dates are August 27th and 31st. But they requested a warrant be issued upon the filing of the complaint. And as you know, they're not going to tip you off that you have warrants.
Him and his brother both born with dish
People tend
pan
to run
hands.
when they find out.
Long line of
At least some people do. I'm not saying you do.
dishwashers, Creed.
Right, right.
We come from a long line of dishwashers. Not on the weekends though. We need the weekends off.
That's when they pray.
It must have had a hell of a docket for him to comment on this one being small.
Do you think his brother covered for him today?
All right, Mr. Parrish, you're going to be released on your own recognizance on 2 conditions. You're not to return to any Walmart store, and you're not to consume any alcohol or drugs while the bond is in place. The case will be assigned to a judge set for a trial. You'll get a notice by mail, so make sure the address on your bond paperwork is complete and correct. Is there an apartment number or anything like that?
No, 218 Hudson.
If you're
All right,
wondering
you know
what
the drill as far as getting
Texas
attorneys
Roadhouse he's
concerned.
at, just
You gotta
look for
get
the stacks of
application at
plates
the jail,
everywhere
but
on
since
every
you're
table.
getting out, they won't send it in for you. That's your job. Don't wait until the day of trial to deal with getting a lawyer if you want to get one. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Any other
Don't worry,
questions?
his brother's covering for him today.
Yes, sir.
Then you may go with the bailiff. Thank you.
His brother's got it, no problem.
Christopher Salyers.
Yes.
Good afternoon,
Yes.
sir. You
Yes.
Salyers?
Yes.
And is that how you pronounce your last name?
Yeah.
Mr. Salyers, you understand your rights in court?
Yes.
Did you receive a copy of the 2 complaints?
Yes.
Did you read those, and do you understand what it is you've been charged with?
Yes.
Yes.
Looks like the first count, and both of these are alleged to have occurred on September the 10th of this year in Pataskala. First count is domestic violence and misdemeanor of the first degree, carrying up to 180 days jail, up to $1,000 fine. And the second count is disorderly conduct. They filed that as a 4th degree misdemeanor. That offense carries up to 30 days in jail, up to a $250 fine. How do you want to plead?
Not guilty.
And what is your current address?
318 Merritt Road, Pataskala, Ohio, 43062.
And are you employed?
Fight.
Yes.
Where do you work?
King's Auto Body East.
What's it called?
King's Auto Body.
And where is that located?
East.
That's Columbus, Ohio.
And how long have you worked there?
2 years.
I'm checking out the environment. He's
All right,
about
let me take a quick look here at the file, then we're going to talk about your bond, all right?
I was thinking of different places he could make out with Sue later at.
I thought maybe he was considering a escape. Looks badass.
He's looking around a lot.
Who wants some? Sue, you want some of this? Yes.
And then it got quiet.
Then the old printer cranked up. One of the very first printing presses there. How many people knew that? This Wolverine is very sad brother.
There's a new what's his name? Boxcar what? You ever heard of him?
Boxcar Shoestrings.
What is Shoestrings? New videos. He talks about why people that hear voices in their head live underneath bridges. He went on about 2 minutes about it.
I like that.
God bless you, whoever that was.
Look at those chops. Beautiful. I bet his bunkmate has enjoyed running his fingers through that. Yeah. He looks more badass as a V-neck anyways, Lloyd.
All right, now I'm going to give you an opportunity to make a statement before I set your bond. I want to caution you about saying anything that may or may not have happened on the 10th because you're being recorded and anything you say could possibly be used against you. So it's not wise to talk about that at this point. But is there anything else you want to say about your bond?
No.
Wow, Mary's here early. Hey, Mary.
Sorry, Mary, I'm not allowed to talk.
Are you enjoying the Queen being on tour right now? I saw she was traveling from city to city in the whirlwind tour towards.
I saw people blasting people for taking selfies with the hearse going.
Yeah, what now? Do you think there's even a body in that box? I mean, they're not whipping the casket up and it's showing us. It could just be an empty casket, right? She's
I
already.
don't know, but still one of
All
the
right,
best.
Mr. Sellers, I'm going to set your bond at $5,000 cash or to your 10% with some conditions. I will put on a complete no contact order with Samantha Salyers, and I'm also going to order that you not be in possession of any weapons. Now, this case will be randomly assigned to a judge set for a trial. You'll get notice by mail of when that's going to be. You can hire a lawyer if you like. You're eligible.
As I say,
to
the
report to a
jackass
attorney
ones where they
represent you.
pull over and the
You can
casket
there
goes
in jail.
rolling out.
If you're
Some of my
unable to post your
favorites.
bond, they will send that down here for you. If you are able to post your bond and be released, they will not. So it's your job. If you do get out by posting that bond, if you need to get personal belongings from the Merritt Street address, you'll need to make arrangements for what's called standby assistance with the Pasco Police Department. You can find out more information about that from the jail. If you violate the terms of the no contact order, and that includes phone calls from the jail, your bond can get revoked, set higher, or you'll be stuck down there until the case is concluded. So, do you have any questions today?
Yes. Why is that? Why can't it be? I mean, it was like just a big argument, basically. With my wife, I mean,
You got arrested.
Well, nothing's been proven yet, and I understand that you aren't real happy about the fact that they set your bond the way that it did. However, in reviewing the file, that's what I feel
Mickey
is
Mouse at
appropriate, least
Disney World?
today. It can be revisited in the future, but it's going to stay that amount today. Any other questions?
No, that's it.
All right, Mr. Sellers, you may go with the officer. Thank you. Sue, that's all I have on my docket. How about you?
I think that's it.
That's all I have.
Very good. You have a good week. I'll see you next.
Have a
Tuesday.
good week.
Yeah, I guess he's going to be gone all week.
Stansbury
in the
off all week.
order, so I don't think it was.
All right, we made it an
properly
hour.
documented.
Thanks.
It
See you
was-
guys for we got
his
Chase
arraignment
coming up
was set for
4:05. Not again.
today.
Hold on, let me-
Okay, perfect. Well, we're
Okay, there you go. Now go ahead.
Thanks. See you at 4:05.
Creed is cutting short.
He's annoyed.
He's annoyed. Yeah.
What'd you say?
Annoyed.
He's annoyed. I mean, it's one of those things. All right, everybody, go get you a drink. Be back here at 4:05 for Mini Chase Monday. Lots of good stuff today. Creed, as well as a sovereign citizen, showing his ass. Till next time. Au revoir.
Isn't happy hour anytime?
Guys always make me laugh though.
Does that mean we're going to start the show back over? Or?
No.
Oh, just check.